2-2 on the year. They're 1-0 in the Mid-Continent League. The Lady Ringnecks are 0-3 on the year, 0-2 in the Mid-Continent League. The Lady Ringnecks, well, they have to find new players as they graduated 5 seniors off of last year's team. That includes the all-star there in Connor Keith, as she finished with over 1,300 points in her career. They have to find somebody to step up and be that leader that the Lady Ringnecks lead. Again, 0-3 on the year, 0-2 in the Mid-Continent League, as they have played Stockton and TMP the first 2 games of the season. Lady Panthers, those 2 losses coming to the powerhouse Central Plains Lady Oilers in the Amos Morris basketball tournament last week. Other than that, they have beat Ellis 67-37, and they beat Plainville in the Amos Morris basketball tournament last week 42-41. 1 week ago tonight was the last win for the Lady Panthers. Again, 2-2 on the year, as the Lady Panthers setting towards the top of the Mid-Continent League right now. Again, not a lot of league games have happened so far, but the Lady Panthers, with that 1 win over Ellis, puts them towards the top with Smith Center, Norton, Stockton, TMP, and Trigo. The Lady Ringnecks, they set towards the bottom with those 2 losses in the league, along with Oakley. Also 1 loss in league play so far, Plainville and Ellis. Again, looking at tonight's matchup, well, we look down there for the Lady Panthers. No Alexi Beach tonight and no Ashley Babcock tonight. So the 2 most veteran players for the Lady Panthers are in street clothes tonight. So the Lady Panthers going to have to find production from somebody other than Alexi Beach and Ashley Babcock tonight, as Beach averages 7.3 points per game. She leads the team, and Ashley Babcock is second on the team at 6 points a game. Following them, well, it looks like Kylie Soliday, who missed 2 games last week. She missed the Friday and Saturday game of the Amos Morris basketball tournament there in Russell, as she had the flu last week. She is back tonight in the starting lineup. We'll see if Kylie can get things going here for the Lady Panthers, as she's averaging 5 points a game. And the sharpshooter from outside, Kristen Wells, 4.8 points a game. We know once Kristen can get going, gets that first one to fall, it's going to be a long night for the other team. We'll see what the Lady Panthers can do without their top 2 scorers in this matchup tonight. Looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem. We'll be back with your starting lineups right after this.
Thank you for watching tonight's PTV broadcast of Panther basketball. Please help us to continue to put on these broadcasts of Panther sports by sending donations to Panther Television, Phillipsburg High School, 410 South 7th Street, Phillipsburg, Kansas 67661. Go Panthers! Thank you for watching tonight.
Choose USA Clean Fuels.
It boosts power and is better for the environment.
Using USA Fuels because it saves the taxpayers money.
I want to support the corn growers, the local economy, and I really save a lot of money.
My journey uses flex fuel, and I love it that it's local and it saves me money.
Thank you for choosing USA Clean Fuels.
And welcome back on this Friday evening. Jesse Ray with you from Hill City High School, as the Lady Ringnecks and the Ringnecks play host to the Phillipsburg Panthers and the Panthers as we get set for this girls varsity matchup. Quick update, we do know that the JV girls won big today over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. So the Lady Panthers JV girls, they looked good. Hopefully that can carry over to the varsity game for Coach Miller and this varsity team. The boys JV, they also won a little bit closer game, but the JV boys did win as well. So right now the Panthers of Phillipsburg setting 2-0 on the day as we get set for the varsity matchups. Looking at the starting lineups, first for the home team, the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. They start number 3, a 5'5" sophomore, Maggie Underhill. Number 15, a 5'5 freshman, Leah Lindemann. Also starting for the Lady Ringnecks are going to be number 34, a 5'6 junior, Alyssa Pimlott. Also starting for the Lady Ringnecks, going to be a 5'9 sophomore, Alyssa Keith. And then the final starter will be number 40, a 5'5 sophomore, Brecken Bourne. For the Lady Panthers, number 2, a 5'4 junior, Kylie Soliday. Number 11, a 5'4 junior, Lexi Wood. Number 14, a 5'6 junior, Jenna Hoover. Number 15, a 5'5 junior, Kristen Wells. And number 24, a 5'7 junior, gonna be Emily Schneider. The Lady Panthers 2-2 on the year. They average 36.8 points a game. Head coached by Rachel Miller. The Lady Ringnecks, they're 0-3 on the year. Head coached by Lyndon Eiswanger, and they're averaging 33.3 points a game this season. The Lady Panthers in those road navy jerseys, white numbers and the gold trim. The Lady Ringnecks in their home white jerseys, red numbers and the black trim. The Lady Panthers will go left to right on your radio dial to start this ball game. Again, for the Lady Ringnecks, that's Underhill, Lindemann, Keith, Pimlott, and Bourne. For the Lady Panthers, Soliday, Hoover, Wells, Schneider, and Wood. As Hoover's in the center circle against Alyssa Keith. Can the Lady Panthers go left to right on your radio dial to start this ball game? There's the whistle. The ball is up, and Hoover wins the tip to Schneider. Now they hand it off to Lexi Wood. Wood brings it out to Soliday, left wing. Back around to Wood. Wood kicks it down to Wells, right wing. Back out front to Wood. Wood has it now to Wells, right wing. Wells back to Wood. Ball gets tipped by Bourne. Ball is up in the air, and Keith comes down with it for the Lady Ringnecks. They hand it off to Pimlott. Alyssa Pimlott brings it right to left on your radio dial. She's between the circles, calls out the offense for the Lady Ringnecks. 7.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. We're still scoreless here in Hill City. Lindemann has it out front now to Keith inside for Pimlott. Shot over Hoover's blocked, and out of bounds it goes. Jenna Hoover blocks that one out of bounds. She's the last one to touch it, and it will be Lady Ringneck basketball. As Pimlott going to inbound the basketball for the Lady Ringnecks underneath their own basket. Pimlott looking, still looking, gets the ball into Bourne. Bourne at the left wing, dribbles all the way to the free throw line, kicks out to Lindemann, right wing. Lindemann out front now to Keith. Keith puts up the long two, off the glass and good. So with 7:15 left to go in the first quarter. The Lady Ringnecks on top first, as it's Alyssa Keith for two from the top of the key. Wells has it right wing for the Lady Panthers. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Wood has it now left wing. Back around to the right side to Soliday. Soliday looks in. Now finds Wells. Right wing three's on its way, and it's good. So Wells gets the Lady Panthers on the board with 6:45 left to go. They now lead by one, 3-2. Shot is up, no good by the Lady Ringnecks. Schneider comes down with it. Now to Soliday, ahead to Wells. Tries to split the defense, and Bourne tips it out of bounds. It will remain Lady Panther basketball. 6:29 left to go in the first quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers now lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 3-2. Inbound to Soliday. Soliday back to Wells. Right corner three's on its way. This time no good. Rebounded by Lexi Wood. Wood hands it off to Soliday in between the circles. She dribbles over to the left side. Back to Wood right side. And Wood going to get called for the travel. So the ball goes back into the hands of the Hill City Lady Ringnecks as Phillipsburg leads 3-2 with 6:18 left to go in the first quarter. Pimlott will inbound to Bourne. Brecken Bourne brings it right to left on your radio dial for the Lady Ringnecks. She's picked up a half court by Soliday. Kicks it down to the right wing to Lindemann. Lindemann guarded there by Lexi Wood. Back inside for Bourne. Bourne right block up and no good. But she's fouled and she'll head to the free throw line with 6:07 left to go in the first quarter. This will be the first team foul on the Lady Panthers. And the first on Kylie Soliday. Bourne only played in one game so far this year. That was a Tuesday night against Decatur Community. She had 13 points, went 3 for 6 from the charity stripe, as she's 50% on the year and perfect so far tonight. That ties things up at 6:07 left to go in this first quarter, 3-3. As Bourne getting set for a second free throw. It's on its way, and that one's good as well. So that puts the Lady Ringnecks up 4-3. 6:07 left to go in the first quarter. Phillipsburg with the basketball as Soliday has it out front between the circles to Schneider. Now to Wood, left wing. Lexi on the dribble, looks inside, stolen away by Pimlott. Pimlott brings it up the court, right to left on your radio dial. 5:50 left to go in the first quarter. 4-3 is our score. The Hill City Lady Ringnecks lead the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. Keith has it at the free throw line, puts the ball on the court, now kicks it back out to Bourne between the circles. Bourne working against Kylie Soliday to Underhill, left wing. Underhill back out front now to Lindemann between the circles to the right wing to Keith. Keith looks inside for Bourne at the right block, can't get it to her. Back out between the circles to Pimlott to Bourne, right wing. Just under 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Lindemann has it right block, too hard, shot no good, rebounded by Keith. Now to Pimlott, left wing three's on its way, no good off the back of the iron, rebounded by Soliday, and she's going to be fouled as Brecken Bourne picks up her first personal foul, first Lady Ringneck team foul. 5:19 left to go in the first quarter. The Hill City Lady Ringnecks lead the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers 4-3. Schneider inbounds to Soliday. Kylie brings it left to right on your radio dial. Across the timeline with 5:15 left to go in the first quarter. She kicks it over to Wood, left side, down to the left corner to Schneider. On the baseline to Wells, inside for Hoover, all by herself, up and good. Jenna Hoover gets her first points of the ball game, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers regain their 1-point lead, 5-4. With just under 5 minutes left to go, and Bourne going to get called for the double dribble, so the ball goes back in the hands of the Lady Panthers. Again, they just regained that 1-point lead on the basket by Jenna Hoover from the left block. 5-4 is our score. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. 4:50 left to go in the first quarter. Wells has it in the right corner. Back to Soliday, right wing three's on its way, no good, rattles out, rebound fought for, and Underhill comes away with it. She's trapped, the ball gets tipped around, still fighting for it, and now we're gonna have a foul called. And looks like this one's gonna be on the Lady Panthers. And it's on Kylie Soliday, her second Lady Panther team foul. Ashlyn Kennedy heads to the scorer's desk. She'll check in. I'm sure Kylie gonna come out with those two fouls. 4:37 left to go in the first quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 5-4. Full court pressure by the Lady Panthers as Pimlott passes it ahead to Lindemann, inside for Keith. Blocked from behind by Hoover, but they're going to say she got her with the body. Third team foul on the Lady Panthers. And this one's going to be on Emily Schneider. Her first personal foul. And Alyssa Keith heads to the free throw line. She's a 50% free throw shooter on the year. First one is no good. So we get set for the second one for Alyssa Keith. She's averaging 9.7 points a game as the second one's on its way, and that one is good. Ties things back up with 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 5-5 is our score. Schneider has it to Wood, right side. Lexi dribbles back out now to Kennedy, left side. Kennedy down to the left wing to Hoover, down to the baseline to Wells. She'll put up the long two, no good. Rebounded by Underhill. Underhill passes it off to Bourne, and now we have a foul called. Foul's going to be on the Lady Panthers, their fourth team foul. And this one's going to be on Lexi Wood, her first. Ava Skimper comes in the ball game. Lexi Wood going to take a seat. 4:12 left to go in the first quarter. The ball game is tied here between the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers and the Hill City Lady Ringnecks, 5-all. Bourne pushes it quickly up the sideline, ahead to Lindemann. Lindemann loses a handle on it as she tried to pick it up, gets called for the travel, and it will be a Lady Panther basketball. 4:06 left to go in the first quarter. 5-5 is our score here between the Hill City Lady Ringnecks and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. Skimper runs the point now for the Lady Panthers. She's between the circles, now to Kennedy. Kennedy down to Hoover, right wing, inside for Wells at the right block. Loses the handle on it, stolen away by Bourne. Bourne pushes it up the court for the Lady Ringnecks. Now slows things up across the timeline with 3:50 left to go in the first quarter. Pimlott, left wing, steps into the three. No good. Rattles out. Rebounded by Wells. Wells pushes it up the court now for the Lady Panthers. Ahead to Kennedy. Kennedy across the timeline. Inside for Schneider. Schneider left block up, and they're going to say foul on the floor. Schneider hit the basket, but they're going to say there's a foul first. This will be the second team foul on the Lady Ringnecks. And this one's going to be on Lindemann, her first personal foul. Schneider gets the inbound, shot is up, no good, rebounded, fought for, and it is Pimlott with it for the Lady Ringnecks. She pushes it up the sideline, all the way down to the left corner, underneath the basket on the baseline, and dribbles all the way back out to the right wing. Out front to Bourne, Bourne underneath for Keith. Keith left block off the glass and good. That makes the score 7-5, and Alyssa Keith now has 5 of those 7 for the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. 3:19 left to go in the first quarter. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout with them. You're listening to Lady Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
TV broadcast of Panther basketball. Please help us to continue to put on these broadcasts of Panther sports by sending donations to Panther Television, Phillipsburg High School, 410 South 7th Street, Phillipsburg, Kansas 67661. Go Panthers! Thank you for watching tonight's
Choose USA Clean Fuels.
It boosts power and is better for the environment.
Using USA fuels because it saves the taxpayers money.
I want to support the corn growers, the local economy, and I really save a lot of money.
My journey uses flex fuel, and I love it that it's local and it saves me money.
Thank you for choosing USA Clean Fuels.
For the Lady Ringnecks, it is Bourne, Lindemann, Underhill, Pimlott, and also Keith out there. Lady Panther basketball out of the timeout. Bourne comes away with the steal, and she's going to get called for the travel. So she steals it away and then turns it right back over to the Lady Panthers. 3:07 left to go in the first quarter. The Hill City Lady Ringnecks lead the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers 7-5. Wells to inbound under her own basket for Phillipsburg. Out to Schneider at the free throw line. Ball goes through her hands, tips it in the hands of Skimper. Now to Wells, right corner. Wells looks inside for Hoover on the baseline. Now to Schneider. Schneider up and good. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers tie things back up in this ball game. 7 apiece. Now a foul called here on the Lady Panthers. This will be their 5th team foul. As this one's going to be on Emily Schneider. Her 2nd personal foul. Pocketbeer comes in. Kay Pocketbeer, a 5'8" sophomore, comes in. Schneider takes a seat with those 2 fouls. Pimlott will inbound. Does so to Keith. Back to Pimlott. Pimlott out to Bourne at half court. She's in the center circle. Now to Lindemann. Lindemann, right wing inside for Bourne. Blocked by Skimper. Fighting for the loose ball. Jump ball called. It will remain Lady Ringneck basketball. It's a nice defensive effort that time by Ava Skimper as Kylie Russell comes in. Russell, a 5'4" senior. She comes in and looks like Kristen Wells takes a seat. Pimlott inbounds to Bourne. Bourne shot no good. Gets her on rebound. Put back no good. Rebounded by Underhill. And now we're going to have a foul called. This one's on the Lady Panthers. Their 6th team foul. So the ball remains with the Hill City Lady Ringnecks as that foul's on Russell. Her 1st personal foul. Pimlott to inbound. She's looking. Gets it into Keith in the right corner. Keith looking, finds Bourne, right block up, no good, rebounded by Kennedy. Kennedy picks up her dribble, now to Skimper. Skimper quickly up the court across the timeline with 2:20 left to go in the first quarter. Again, we're tied at 7-all here between the Hill City Lady Ringnecks and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. Skimper, top of the key, 3, no good, rebounded by Pimlott. Pimlott pushes it up the left sideline for the Lady Ringnecks. Looking up, picks up her dribble, now to Keith between the circles, swings it around to Bourne. Bourne guarded by Skimper, now to Lindemann, right wing, and Lindemann going to get called for the travel. Minute 58 left to go in the first quarter, and we're tied at 7 as Meredith Jacobs, the 5'11" sophomore, comes in. Jenna Hoover going to take a seat for the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. Again, a minute 58 left to go in the first quarter. 7-7 is our score here between the Hill City Lady Ringnecks and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. Skimper has it now to Russell out front, down to the right wing to Kennedy on the baseline to Pocketbeer. Back to Kennedy, right wing, out front to Russell. Spots up for 3, buries it. So Russell makes it 10-7. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 3 with a minute 35 left to go in the first quarter. Keith has it, working against Pocketbeer in the paint. Ball gets tipped and stolen away by Russell. She hands it off to Kennedy. Just under a minute and a half left to go in the first quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 3, 10-7. With a minute 20 left to go here. The Lady Panthers have the basketball. Pocketbeer inside for Jacobs. One dribble, loses the handle on it. Picked up by, still fighting for it as Underhill had a hold of it. Jacobs got back a hold of it, and a jump ball called. It will be Lady Panther basketball as Lexi Wood comes back in the ball game, and Ashlyn Kennedy going to take a seat for the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. A minute 13 left to go in the first quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks by 3, 10-7. Russell inbounds to Pocketbeer. Left block up, no good. Rebound fought for Jacobs, comes up with it, and foul going to be on the floor on Jacobs, as that's going to be her 1st personal foul, 7th Lady Panther team foul. And it'll send the Lady Ringnecks to the line to shoot 1-1 here. And it looks like Alyssa Keith going to be heading to the free throw line. Again, Keith, well, she's 50% on the year. She was 2 of 4 from the line coming into this ball game. 1 of 2 tonight, so 3 of 6 on the year now. She gets set for the first into the 1-and-1. Trying to cut in this Lady Panther lead. Cannot, misses that one, rebounded by Russell. Russell looks to outlet, now brings it up the court herself. Across the timeline, down the right wing, out front between the circles to Wood. Wood has it back to Russell, right wing. She drives in, kicks it back out to Wood. Wood spots up for 3. No good, rattles out. Rebounded by Skimper, and going to be fouled. This will be the 3rd team foul on the Lady Ringnecks. 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 10-7 as that foul's on Alyssa Keith, her first. Kristen Wells comes back in. Kylie Russell going to take a seat for the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 10-7 is our score. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead it. Jacobs has it to Wells, the left corner to Wood, left wing. Back around to Skimper, right wing, down to the baseline to Pockbeer, inside for Jacobs. Ball gets tipped around. Pockbeer comes back up with it. Now to Skimper, out front to Wood. Lexi has it now to Wells. Wells down to the left corner to Pockbeer. Back to Wood. Tipped by Bourne. Out of bounds it goes. And they're going to say Brecken Bourne touched it last. So it will be Lady Panther basketball. 33 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead 10-7. Pockbeer right block, and she's headed to the free throw line as Pimlock gets called for the foul. Her first personal foul, 4th Lady Ringneck team foul. And Pockbeer heads to the free throw line. 0 of 2 from the line so far on the season. Going to try to extend the Lady Panther lead as Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 11-7 as Pockbeer hits the first one. With 27 seconds left to go in the first quarter, the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers now lead by 4 and make it 5 as Pockbeer hits them both. She's 2 for 2 that trip, and the Lady Panthers now lead 12-7 with 25 seconds left. Lindemann gets it stolen away by Jacobs. Now into the hands of Wood. Wood brings it back up the court for the Lady Panthers down to the right wing. Picks up her dribble there to Jacobs. Jacobs looks for Pockbeer. Out of bounds it goes, and it will be Lady Ringneck basketball, as Pockbeer kind of got tied up there on the bottom and couldn't get out quickly enough to get that pass, as Jacobs just left it outside of her reach. And it will be a Lady Ringneck basketball as Lindemann has it left or right wing to Keith. Long two's on its way for Alyssa Keith. No good. Rebounded by Jacobs. Jacobs outlets to Wood. Lexi looks up at the clock, gets fouled. 15 foul on the Lady Ringnecks and 1.5 seconds left to go on the clock. And the Lady Panthers lead it by 5, 12-7. Keith picks up her second personal foul. Wood will inbound. She'll inbound to Wells. Wells, half-court buzzer beater. No good off the top of the backboard, and that's how the first quarter ends with the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers up 12-7. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back with the second quarter of action right after this as you're listening to Lady Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
TV broadcast of Panther basketball. Please help us to continue to put on these broadcasts of Panther sports by sending donations to Panther Television, Phillipsburg High School, 410 South 7th Street, Phillipsburg, Kansas 67661. Go Panthers! Thank you for watching tonight's PTV broadcast of Panther basketball. Please help us to continue to put on these broadcasts of Panther sports by sending donations to Panther Television, Phillipsburg High School, 410 South 7th Street, Phillipsburg, Kansas 67661. Go Panthers! Thank you for watching.
7-0 run since about 2:55 left to go, so just under 3 minutes left to go in that first quarter. The Lady Panthers tied things up at 7 and now lead by 5, 12-7. As it's going to be Lexi Wood, Kay Pockbeer, Kristen Wells, Ava Skimper, and Meredith Jacobs for the Lady Panthers. It is Bourne, Underhill, Pimwatt, Keith, and Lindemann for the Lady Ringnecks. Underhill looks inside for Keith. Keith guarded by Pockbeer. Shot is up, no good. Rebound fought for. Jump ball called. It will be Lady Panther basketball with a 7:49 left to go in this first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 12-7. Skimper inbounds to Lexi Wood. Wood brings it up the court, down to the right wing, inside for Jacobs at the free throw line. And going to say one of the Lady Ringnecks kicked that pass. So going to be a Lady Panther basketball out of bounds. They'll inbound right in front of the Lady Ringneck bench. 7:43 left to go in this first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 5, 12-7. Pocket Bear has it to Wells, right wing. She's on the dribble down the right corner, back to Wood. Wood back to Wells, right wing, down to the baseline to Pocket Bear. Pocket Bear out front, stolen away by Bourne. Bourne on the fast break, one-on-one with Lexi Wood. Layup is, nope. Going to have an offensive foul, as they're going to say Breckenborn used that elbow to make a little bit of space for herself to try to get that layup off, and she's going to get called for the foul. Second team foul on the Lady Ringnecks, and the sixth on the Lady Ringnecks, and the second on Breckenborn, I should say. Those backwards there, but again, Bourne picks up her second personal foul, 6 Lady Ringneck team foul. Lady Panther basketball, 7:15 left to go in the first half. Wells has it left wing inside for Jacobs, underneath for Pocket Bear. Pocket Bear gets the ball tipped out, and it's going to remain Lady Panther basketball. 7:11 left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 5, 12-7. Wells inbounds to Skimper. Skimper back to Wells, left corner. Quick on the trigger, 3. No good this time. Left that one just short. And it's going to be a Lady Ringneck basketball as it goes out of bounds off the Lady Panthers. 7:05 left to go in this first half. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 5, 12-7. Keith has it to Pimwatt. Pimwatt tries to break the press as she tries to cross over. She's going to get called for the double dribble. And it will be a Lady Panther basketball. 7 minutes exactly left to go in this second quarter. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead it by 5 at 12-7. Timeout on the court as the Lady Ringnecks would like to talk things over. We'll take a timeout with them as you're listening to Lady Panther basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Welcome back to Hill City High School. Jesse Ray as the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 12-7. Lady Panther basketball out of the timeout as Lexi Wood has it to Wells, left corner, down to the baseline to Pocket Bear. Pocket Bear looking to pass it off. Still looking, finds Jacobs. Jacobs inside left, block up and no good. Rebound fought for. Jacobs saves it in, and Lexi Wood tracks it down to the right wing. Wood out front, Wells, top of the key, 3's on its way. She buries it. Wells makes it 15-7 as she's got 6. She's hit a couple three-pointers here, one in the first quarter. Now that one puts the Lady Panthers up 15-7. Just under 6.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Bourne has it out front for the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. She's working against Lexi Wood. Now to Keith, right wing. Keith looks inside, lets the offense work. They find Underhill, and they're going to say 3-second violation on the Lady Ringnecks. Ball goes back into the hands of the Lady Panthers as Kylie Russell and Jenna Hoover come back in. Ava Skimper and Meredith Jacobs both take a seat. 6:15 left to go in this first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 8, 15-7. As it's going to be Wells with it, right wing, down to the right baseline to Pocket Bear. Pocket Bear finds Russell, and it's tipped and stolen away by Pimwatt. Ball up for grabs. Russell hits the court, and let's see what they call here. Whistle there. And they're going to say jump ball, so it will be a Lady Ringneck basketball. So nice hustle there by Kylie Russell to come from behind, get that ball tipped out, and then she hit the court to tie things up with Pimwatt. Gets the jump ball called, and it will be, again, Lady Ringneck basketball with 6:01 left to go in the first half. 15-7 is our score. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Lady Ringneck basketball, as it is Underhill with it at the left wing. And going to have a foul called here. Foul's going to be on Lexi Wood, her second personal foul, 8th Lady Panther team foul. And Emily Schneider comes into the ball game. Kay Pockbear going to take a seat. Ashlyn Kennedy is going to come back into the ball game. And we'll see who Ashlyn's coming in for here. Now the refs discussing who should be shooting the 1-and-1 for the Lady Ringnecks. And let's see, Underhill heads to the free throw line. Ashlyn Kennedy comes in. Lexi Wood takes a seat with those 2 fouls. So Underhill, they're shooting her first free throw of the season here in this second quarter. 5:51 left to go. The Lady Ringnecks going to try to cut into this Lady Panther lead as Lady Panthers lead by 8. Underhill misses that one. Ball gets tipped, and let's see. They're going to say the last touch by the Lady Ringnecks. Lady Panther basketball, 5:48 left to go in this first half. The Lady Panthers, well, they led 5-4. Then the Lady Ringnecks tied it up with 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Now they lead 15-7 to the Lady Panthers as Schneider has it to Russell, left wing to Wells, down to the right corner to Kennedy. Kennedy to the baseline to Schneider, back to Kennedy, right wing. She puts up the three, no good, off the back of the iron, rebounded by Lindemann. Lindemann hands it off to Pimwatt. Pimwatt working against Kylie Russell. A little pressure here by the Lady Panthers as Keith has it. Now going to be a foul called here on the Lady Panthers. Their 9th team foul, 5:19 left to go in the first half. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 15-7. Kylie Russell picks up her second personal foul. Alyssa Keith heads to the free throw line. So again, the Lady Panthers led at 5-4 with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Lady Ringnecks tied it up 5-5, and there is the first point of the second quarter for the Lady Ringnecks, and it comes with 5:19 left to go in this second quarter. So 15-8 is now our score. As Keith gets set for his second one. That one is no good. They're going to say that lane violation on the Lady Panthers. So Keith will get a second opportunity here. The Lady Panthers took the lead back. Well, they tied it at 2:55 left to go in the first quarter, then took the lead at 10-7. And now Keith hits her second free throw. Makes it 15-9 with 5:17 left to go in the first half. Kennedy has it right corner. Kicks it out to Wells, top of the key. Wells one dribble back to Kennedy, right wing. Kennedy skip pass to Skimper, left wing. Out front to Wells. She's open, puts up the three. Good! Wells now has 9 points, and the Lady Panthers lead at 18-9 with just under 5 minutes left to go in this first half. As the Lady Ringnecks have it to Pimwatt, right wing, tipped out by Hoover. Pimwatt picks up her dribble, now to Keith. Keith back to Pimwatt, right corner three's on its way, and it's good. So Pimwatt makes it 18-12 with 4:35 left to go in the first half. And the Lady Panthers get called for the travel, so the ball goes back in the hands of the Lady Ringnecks. 4:31 left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 6, 18-12. Bourne brings it across the timeline, working against Ava Skimper, down to Keith in the right wing. Alyssa Keith working against Schneider, down to the baseline. Spin move there, kicks it out, tipped by Hoover, and it's going to remain Lady Ringneck basketball as they were looking for Pimwatt. Hoover tips it out, and it will, again, be Lady Ringneck basketball. 4:16 left to go in the first half, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 18-12. Keith has it now to Pimwatt. Pimwatt looking, finds Bourne for the Lady Panthers. Just under 4 minutes left to play. Soliday has it now to Skimper, left wing, steps in for the left wing three, and it's going to bounce up off the rim over the backboard, out of bounds. Lady Ringneck basketball, 3:50 left to go in this first half. And again, the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 18-12. Bourne brings it up the court right to left on your radio dial for the Lady Ringnecks. Now to Underhill, left wing, inside for Bourne. Ball gets tipped around, back out to Underhill. Underhill top of the key with it, now to Bourne, left wing. Bourne with 3:33 left to go in the first half, finds Lindemann. Cross the paint pass for Keith. Keith in the paint, kicks out Pimwatt, right wing three's on its way. No good, rebounded by Wells. Kristen Wells pushes it up the right sideline for the Lady Panthers, down to the right wing. So Lady Panthers go left to right on your radio dial. Skimper has it now to Soliday, left wing. Kylie back to Ava, now to Wells, right corner three's on its way. This time left that one just short. Rebounded by Brecken Bourne. She falls to the ground, passes it off. Ball is loose and gets in the hands of Pimwatt. Pimwatt up the court for the Lady Ringnecks. Stops and pops left elbow, no good. Left it short, rebounded by Wells. Wells going to slow things up. Now pushes it ahead to Soliday in the left corner. Inside for Schneider, and it's batted out of bounds, spiked out of bounds really, by Brecken Bourne, and it will remain Lady Panther basketball as Meredith Jacobs comes into the ball game. And Jenna Hoover going to take a seat. 2:53 left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 6, 18-12. Soliday gets the inbounds pass. Now to Wells, down to the right baseline, inside for Jacobs at the right block because Schneider found Jacobs, and she's going to be fouled. 7th team foul on the Lady Ringnecks, so Jacobs will head to the free throw line. And looks like that foul is going to be on Alyssa Keith, her 3rd personal foul. Coming in the ball game is Reagan Garrison. She's a 5'6" freshman. And Keith takes a seat with those 3 fouls. Jacobs at the free throw line. First in the 1-and-1 is good. It rattles in. Her first point of the ball game. Jacobs coming into the night, 25% free throw shooter on the season. She was 1 of 4 coming in. Hits her first one. Now she gets set for the second one, trying to make this an 8-point game, and does so. So Merritt Jacobs 2 for 2 that trip. And the Lady Panthers now lead by 8, 20-12 over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks, as it's going to be Brecken Bourne bringing it up the court. She's picked up a half court by Ava Skimper. Bourne on the dribble. Now to Pimlott, left wing. Pimlott back to Bourne between the circles. Bourne letting the offense work. Now dribbles down to the right wing, hands it off to Lindemann there. Lindemann out front to Underhill. Underhill now to Pimlott, left wing. Inside for Bourne. Bourne shot up in the paint over Skimper's good. Bourne now has 4, and that's her first made field goal of the ball game. Makes it a 6-point lead for the Lady Panthers as Kylie Soliday stops and pops in the paint. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Jump ball called. I believe it's a Lady Panther basketball. There's the signal. It is a Phillipsburg basketball with 2:10 left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 6, 20-14 over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. As Kristen Wells looks to inbound. Goes to the right elbow to Schneider. To Soliday, back to Wells in the corner. Now inside for Schneider, and her shot is up and good. So Emily Schneider has 4, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 8. Once again, 22-14. Brecken Bourne brings it right to left on your radio dial. Ahead to Pimlott at the left wing. Pimlott works against Schneider. Down to the baseline. Shot is up. No good. Rattles out. Rebounded by Jacobs. Jacobs outlets to Soliday. Kylie pushes it up the court with 1:40 left to go in the first half, all the way down to the left baseline. She's underneath, left block up, and she's going to be fouled. This is the 8th team foul on the Lady Ringnecks. And it's going to be on Garrison, her first. Again, that's the 8th Lady Ringneck team foul. Kylie Soliday at the free throw line hits the first one. Her first free throw of the season, and it falls for her as Kay Pockbeer comes back in. Emily Schneider going to take a seat. 1:36 left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 9, 23-14. Soliday's second one, no good off the back of the iron. And it looks like another lane violation. This time it's going to be on the Lady Ringnecks. So Kylie Soliday gets a second opportunity here. Ref explaining as to why that was called. So good job there by the refs explaining why they called that lane violation on the Lady Ringnecks. And it's going to be Kylie Soliday back at the free throw line to get set for a second opportunity yet again. This time it's good. So Kylie now has 2 points, and Maya McDonald comes into the ball game for the Lady Panthers as Kylie Soliday takes a seat after those 2 free throws. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers now lead by 10, 24-14 with 1.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Bourne picks up her dribble, now to Lindemann, right wing. Lindemann back to Bourne. Bourne between the circles. Now she's all the way back out in the center circle, working against Ava Skimper to Lindemann. Lindemann in the right corner, working against McDonald. Drives the baseline, looks around for Pimlott. Out of bounds it goes. Pimlott touches it last, and it's going to be Lady Panther basketball as they lead by 10 over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks, 24-14. 1 minute 10 and counting left to go here in the first half. Lady Panthers basketball. They go left to right on your radio dial to McDonald, right wing. Inside for Jacobs, tipped out by Bourne, picked up by Pimlott. Pimlott leads the break for the Lady Ringnecks. All the way down to the left block. Wraparound pass for Underhill. Tipped out by Wells. And they're going to say no signal yet. Looks like it is going to remain Lady Ringneck basketball as Pimlott will inbound with 45 seconds left to go in the first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 10 over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks, 24-14. They inbound to Bourne in the right corner. Hands it off to Pimlott. She dribbles all the way back out between the circles. Going to set up the offense there. To Garrison, right wing. She'll put up the 3. Good. So Garrison hits the three, her first points of the ball game, and it makes it 24-17. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Wells has it out front. Now to Jacobs at the free throw line, down to the baseline. Pockbeer back inside for Jacobs, up and good. Nice give and go there between the sophomores as Jacobs had it at the free throw line. Found Pockbeer on the baseline. Jacobs cut toward the basket. Pockbeer found her for the layup. Makes it 26-17 with 14 seconds left to go in this first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Pimlott has it. Now to Underhill. She'll put up the three off the backboard. No good. Rebound fought for. Wells comes away with the loose ball, and she's going to get called for the travel with 0.6 seconds left to go in the first half. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 9, 26-17. Now we're talking things over here. Are the refs? Looks like they're going to let the Lady Ringnecks inbound it here. As the Lady Ringnecks were ready for defense, now they come back down here, set up for offense. Again, just 0.6 seconds left to go in the first half. Just enough time to get the ball in and get a shot off for the Lady Ringnecks as they inbound to Pimlott. Pimlott not going to get the shot off, though, and that's going to do it for the first half. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 26-17. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back to wrap up the first half right after this as you're listening to Lady Panther basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
Tonight's PTV broadcast of Panther basketball. Please help us to continue to put on these broadcasts of Panther sports by sending donations to Panther Television, Phillipsburg High School, 410 South 7th Street, Phillipsburg, Kansas 67661. Go Panthers! Thank you for watching tonight.
Choose USA Clean Fuels.
It boosts power and is better for the environment.
Using USA fuels because it saves the taxpayers money.
I want to support the corn growers, the local economy, and I really save a lot of money.
My journey uses flex fuel, and I love it that it's local and it saves me money.
Thank you for choosing USA Clean Fuels.
Unofficial scoring in the first half for the Lady Panthers. Consolidated 2 points, Cooper with 2, Wells with 9, Snyder with 4, Packer with 2, Russell 3, Jacobs with 4. Fouls on Phillipsburg, 2 on Soliday, 2 on Wood, 2 on Snyder, 2 on Russell, 1 on Jacobs. Scoring for the Lady Ringnecks, Keith with 7, Pimlott 3, Corn with 4, Garrison with 3. Fouls on Hill City, 1 on Lindemann, 3 on Keith, 1 on Pimlott, 2 on Cohen, 1 on Garrison.
And welcome back here at halftime. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks here in 26-17. The Lady Panthers led by 5 after the first quarter, 12-7. Then outscored the Lady Ringnecks in that second quarter, 14-10. They again make it 26-17 here at halftime. Looking at the scoring first for the Lady Ringnecks, looks like 7 points for Alyssa Keith, 3 for Reagan Garrison, 3 for Alyssa Pimlott, and 4 for Brecken Bourne. For the Lady Panthers, it's 2 points for Kylie Soliday, 4 points for Meredith Jacobs, 2 points for Jenna Hoover, 9 points for Kristen Wells, 3 points for Kylie Russell, 4 points for Emily Schneider, and 2 points for Kay Pockbeer. So that's a look at your scoring breakdown for the game so far. Again, the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers at halftime lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 26-17. Leading all scorers so far, Kristen Wells, as she's hit 3 3-pointers and has 9 points there in the first half. We're going to take a timeout, 2-minute break here, and when we come back, we'll take a look at some of the other games going on around the area tonight, and not only the Mid-Continent League, but the rest of our listening area as well. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Lady Panther basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
Hey, don't forget the UM Drawing on the grill will be next Tuesday. Next Tuesday's game with Winter.
And welcome back on this Friday evening. Jesse Ray with you from Hill City as the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 26-17 here at halftime. Taking a look at some of the other games going on in the Mid-Continent League tonight. Ellis is on the road at Ellenwood. Smith Center is at Norton. Oakley is at TMP. Stockton, Plainville, and Trigo is at Decatur Community. In the Northern Plains League tonight, Chase is at Lakeside. Wilson is at Lincoln. Thunder Ridge is at Natoma. There will not be a girls' game there as the Natoma Lady Tigers do not have enough for a team. So Thunder Ridge girls kind of get a night off as, again, Natoma, not enough players for a team this season. Also in the Northern Plains League, Teskett is at Osborne, Sylvan Lucas at Pike Valley, and St. John's Boy Tipton is at Rock Hills. In the Western Kansas Liberty League, Northern Valley is at Golden Plains, Cheyenne at Palco, the Western Plains at Tri-Plains Brewster, and Wheeler Grinnell is at Westgate. In the Northwest Kansas League, Hoxie's at Rawlins County, Wallace County is at Dighton, Quinter is at Greeley County, and Dundee County, Nebraska is at St. Francis. In the North Central Activities Association, Ellsworth is at Beloit, Sacred Heart at Minneapolis, Russell at Republic County. Some other games of interest, one game that affects the for the Lady Panthers and the Panthers, Smoky Valley. They host Halstead tonight as Halstead, the Dragons, who defeated Phillipsburg in the state championship last year on the road at Smoky Valley tonight. Halstead #1 in Class 3A. The last time I looked there at the rankings for Class 3A. We're going to take our final 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter of action for you here from Hill City. At halftime, the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 26-17 over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. You're listening to Lady Panther basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
TV broadcast of Panther basketball. Please help us to continue to put on these broadcasts of Panther sports by sending donations to Panther Television, Phillipsburg High School, 410 South 7th Street, Phillipsburg, Kansas 67661. Go Panthers! Thank you for watching tonight's PTV broadcast of Panther basketball. Please help us to continue to put on these broadcasts of Panther sports by sending donations to Panther Television, Phillipsburg High School, 410 South 7th Street, Phillipsburg, Kansas 67661. Go Panthers! Thank you for watching tonight.
Choose USA Clean Fuels.
It boosts power and is better for the environment.
Using USA fuels because it saves the taxpayers money.
I want to support the corn growers, the local economy, and I really save a lot of money.
My journey uses flex fuel, and I love it that it's local and it saves me money.
Thank you for choosing USA Clean Fuels.
And welcome back once again to Hill City High School. Jesse Ray with you as the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers take a 9-point lead into the second half, 26-17 over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. It's going to be Pimlott, Lindemann, Bourne, Underhill, and Keith for the Lady Ringnecks. For the Lady Panthers, it's Soliday, Hoover, Schneider, Wood, and Wells. So both teams start their starting five here to begin the second half. It will be Lady Ringneck basketball as they go left to right on your radio dial here in the second half. Bourne has it on the dribble, working against Wood. Now to Pimlott, right wing. Pimlott looking inside, letting the offense work out front to Keith. Now to Bourne at the right wing. Bourne on the dribble, working against Lexi Wood. Inside for Pimlott at the right block. Pimlott dribbles over left block. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Hoover. Hoover hands it off to Wood. Lexi quickly up the court, down to the left wing. Picks up her dribble there. Now swings it around to Soliday. Soliday to the right wing to Wells. Wells looks inside. Now down to the right corner to Hoover. Hoover looks inside for Schneider. Can't quite get it to her. Now out front to Soliday. Soliday on the dribble out to Wells. Right corner three's on its way. Rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Wood into the hand of Soliday. Back to Wood. Lexi pump fakes. Back to Soliday. Soliday drives in, stops and pops in the paint, and it rolls in. So Kylie gets the points, and it makes it 28-17 with 7:05 left to go in this third quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 11 here over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks as Alyssa Keith has it out front. Now to Lindemann. Lindemann kicks it to Underhill. Underhill to the right wing to Pimlott. Pimlott inside for Bourne. Bourne right block up, no good. Rebounded by Schneider. Nice defensive effort there by Lexi Wood down there at the right block. Schneider hands it off to Soliday. Kylie sees an opening, drives all the way down to the left block, off the glass and good. Nice take that time by Kylie Soliday. She now has 6, and the Lady Panthers lead 30-17 with 6:34 left to go in the third quarter. Timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout with them as the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead 30-17. Again, 4 left to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Lady Panthers. They go left to right on your radio dial. 6.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and Lindemann has it right wing for the Lady Ringnecks. She's going to get called for the travel. It's Kylie Soliday applying that defensive pressure this time for the Lady Panthers. And it's going to be Lady Panther basketball as they go right to left on your radio dial. 6:22 and counting left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead it 30-17. Hoover looks inside for Schneider. Ball gets kicked, and it will remain Lady Panther basketball. Lady Panthers with their biggest lead of 13 here in the third quarter. 6:15 left to go in this third quarter. Lady Panther basketball after the kickball. Wood pump fakes, drives in, kicks it out to Hoover in the left corner. Hoover out front to Soliday. Kylie drives in, kicks it out to Wood. Left corner three's on its way, and it's good. Lexi Wood with her first points of the season. They come from the left corner here in Hill City, and it's a three-pointer that puts the Lady Panthers up 33-17. Just under 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Pimlott has it right wing. Inside for Underhill, tipped out by Wells. Back in the hands of the Lady Ringnecks goes the basketball, though. Pimlott right wing three's on its way, too hard. Rebound, fought for, out of bounds it goes. And they're going to say Wells touched it last. So it'll remain Lady Ringneck basketball with 5:41 left to go in the third quarter. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 33-17. Now we're going to have a little bit of a discussion here, as the refs want to talk things over. So Still discussing, trying to figure things out. Looks like now we're ready to go, as it is going to be Lady Ringneck basketball. Pimlott will inbound. She's looking, gets it into Keith in the left wing. Back to Pimlott, left corner. Pimlott works against Jenna Hoover. Now to Brecken Bourne, left wing. Bourne on the dribble. Skip pass to Lindemann. Tipped by Soliday. Soliday tracks it out on the sideline. She's going to drive in. Left block, jump stop up and good. Kylie Soliday taking over this third quarter. She's got 6 points and the Lady Panthers lead 35-17. 5:18 and counting left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers with that lead, as it is an 18-point lead for the Lady Panthers, as Lindemann kicks it out to Bourne. Now around to Pimlott. Pimlott right wing with it. She looks inside, back out front to Keith. Keith to Lindemann right wing. She looks at the basket, doesn't pull the trigger, passes it back to Underhill, and Underhill now gets it to Keith at the free throw line. Keith tries to weave through traffic and gonna have a foul called here on the Lady Panthers, their first team foul. And the foul, again, going to be on Lexi Wood, her third personal foul. As Ava Skimper and Kay Pockeber both head to the scorer's desk for Phillipsburg. They come in, Lexi Wood and Emily Schneider take a seat for the Lady Panthers. No, it's going to be Jenna Hoover taking a seat instead of Emily Schneider. So Jenna Hoover and Lexi Wood take a seat. 4:54 left to go in the third quarter. Pimlott looks inbound, still looking, gets it in to Keith. Keith tightrope walking there on the sideline, and she's going to get called for the travel. So the ball goes back to the Lady Panthers. 4:51 left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead 35-17. So it is Kylie Soliday with it. Now to Skimper, left side. Skimper skips it back to Soliday. Soliday drives in, and she's going to get called for the travel that time. Her feet moved just a little quicker than the ball did. 4:41 left to go in the third quarter. 35-17 our score. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks here in Hill City. Lady Panthers looking for win number 3 on the year. The Lady Ringnecks are looking for win number 1 on the season. As Underhill, ball gets tipped out by Skimper. She was looking for Bourne. So will remain a Lady Ringneck basketball. 4.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 35-17. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Pimlott looks to inbound. Pimlott still looking. Now goes out to Underhill. Underhill picked up by Wells. Dribbles all the way over to the right wing. Picks up her dribble there to Pimlott between the circles. Pimlott on the dribble. Picked up out front by Pockeber. Now going to have a foul called here. This is going to be an offensive foul. So it's going to be on the Lady Ringnecks, their first team foul. And this one's on Brecken Bourne, her third. Soliday inbounds to Skimper. Ava brings it right to left on your radio dial for the Lady Panthers. Down to Wells in the right wing. Back to Skimper. Skimper looks to find Soliday at the left wing. Soliday now to Skimper. Free throw line jumper's on its way. Rattles out, no good. Rebound tracked down to the right corner by Wells. She saves it into Skimper. Back to Soliday. Soliday picks up her dribble. Back to Skimper. Now to Wells right wing. She spots up for 3. Missed that one to the left. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be tipped out. And it will remain Lady Panther basketball as Keith tried to come down with it. Her and Schneider fought for it. They're going to say Keith touched it last. And it will be Lady Panther basketball with 3:53 left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 35-17. Pockeber has it. Now to Soliday. Soliday lets the offense set up to Wells, right wing. Wells inside for Schneider at the right block. Drives in, kicks out. Soliday left wing 3's on its way, and it's good. Kylie Soliday now has 11, and 9 of them have come here in this third quarter. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers now lead at 38-17, a 21-point Lady Panther lead, with just under 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Pimlott has it right wing out front to Keith. Keith top the key with it, looking to pass off, does so to Bourne to the right wing. Bourne working against Skipper, back inside for Keith. Keith working against Schneider, and Emily going to get called for a foul. The second team foul, her third personal foul. Meredith Jacobs comes in to the scorer's desk. She goes into the ball game. Kylie Russell also goes into the ball game for the Lady Panthers. Emily Schneider going to take a seat, and it looks like Kylie Soliday going to take a seat. So a big third quarter for Kylie Soliday. The junior has 11 points, and 9 of them coming here in this third quarter to help extend the Lady Panther lead to 21. 38-17 is our score. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Keith puts up the 3 from the right wing, and it's good. So Keith has 10, and it makes it an 18-point ball game yet again, 38-20. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by that 18-point margin. Wells has it out front. Now to Skimper. Skimper to Russell. Down to the left baseline to Pockbeer. Back to Russell. Russell, one dribble, and they're going to say she traveled with it. So it's going to be Lady Ringneck basketball with 2:48 left to go in the third quarter. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers again lead by 18, 38-20. Breckenborn brings it up the court. She's met in the center circle by Ava Skimper. Now to Pimlott, left wing for the Lady Ringnecks. Jacks up the long three, no good. Rebounded by Pockbeer. Kay looks to pass off, does so to Russell. Russell brings it up the court ahead to Skimper. Skimper looks inside for Jacobs, couldn't get it to her, and gonna have a foul called. Second team foul on the Lady Ringnecks here in the third quarter. And it's gonna be on Underhill, her first. Skimper will inbound for the Lady Panthers. Does so to Jacobs. Down to the right baseline to Pockbeer. Inside for Russell. Turnaround shot at the block. No good. Rebounded by Bourne. And going to have a foul called on the Lady Panthers. Their third team foul. And this one's going to be on Ava Skimper. Her first. 2:20 left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead it 38-20 over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Bourne brings it up the court for the Lady Ringnecks. Left to right on your radio dial. Ahead to Underhill. Left wing. Underhill looking, guarded tightly by Wells, finds Keith. Keith dribbles down to the left corner. Thought about the shot, doesn't take it. Now to Bourne. Bourne skips it around to Underhill, right wing. Underhill out front to Pimlott. Pimlott now to Keith. She'll jack up the left wing three and rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Kylie Russell and going to have a foul called. Third team foul on the Lady Ringnecks. And it's going to be on Lindemann, her second. Kylie Soliday comes back into the ball game. Kristen Wells is going to take a seat. A minute 52 left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 38-20. 18-point Lady Panther lead here over the Hill City Lady Ringnecks, as it is Ava Skimper with it. Now to Pockbeer, right wing, back out front to Skimper. They swing it around to Soliday. Soliday down to the left corner to Russell. Back to Soliday, around to Skimper. Skimper out front with it. Down to Pockbeer in the right corner. Back out to Skimper. They swing it around to Soliday, left wing. Soliday looks inside. Now finds Pockbeer on the left baseline. Inside for Jacobs, off the glass. No good. It rattles out, and it's rebounded by Alyssa Keith. Keith hands it off to Pimlott. Now to Bourne. Bourne brings it up the court, calls out the offense as she crosses over the timeline, working against Ava Skimper. Minute 15 and counting left to go in the third quarter, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 18, 38-20. Bourne tracks down the loose ball, finds Keith, and Keith is going to be fouled. Fourth team foul on the Lady Panthers. And it's going to be on Meredith Jacobs, her second personal foul. Jacobs going to take a seat as Jenna Hoover comes back into the ball game. And it looks like we have a timeout called by the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. So with a minute 8 left to play in the third quarter, the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 38-20. We'll take a timeout with them as you're listening to Lady Panther basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. And welcome back. During the break there, the Lady Ringnecks missed a shot, rebounded by the Lady Panthers. So it is Phillipsburg basketball. Skimper has it to Soliday, right wing, dribbles in, kicks it back out to Skimper. Skimper looking, back to Soliday, to Russell, right wing, inside for Pockbeer, up and good. Pockbeer now has 4, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 20, 40-20 with 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Breckenborn brings it up the court for the Lady Ringnecks, ahead to Underhill. Underhill back out to Bourne between the circles. 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Again, the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 40-20. 15 foul by the Lady Panthers. Coming here with 26.9 seconds left. And it's going to be on Kay Pockbeer, her first. Bourne will inbound the basketball underneath her own basket here for the Lady Ringnecks. She's covered up by Soliday. Bourne looking, still looking, finds Pimlott, left corner, long two, good. Pimlott now has 5 points, and it makes it 40-22 with 18 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 18. Soliday has it out front. Dribbles over to the left wing, inside for Pockbeer at the left block. Kicks out Russell, left corner, three's on its way. Rattles out, no good. Rebound, fought forward. Bourne comes down with it for the Lady Ringnecks with 3 seconds left. Half court at the buzzer, no good as it rattles out. And that's going to do it for the third quarter with the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers up 40-22. We'll take a timeout here. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of action right after this as you're listening to Lady Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.
PTV broadcast of Panther Basketball. Please help us to continue to put on these broadcasts of Panther sports by sending donations to Panther Television, Phillipsburg High School, 410 South 7th Street, Phillipsburg, Kansas 67661. Go Panthers! Thank you for watching tonight.
Choose USA Clean Fuels.
It boosts power and is better for the environment.
Using USA fuels because it saves the taxpayers money.
I want to support the corn growers, the local economy, and I really save a lot of money.
My journey uses flex fuel, and I love it that it's local and it saves me money.
Thank you for choosing USA Clean Fuels.
40-22 to start this fourth quarter. It is the starters back in for the Lady Panthers. That's Kylie Soliday, Lexi Wood, Kristen Wells, Emily Schneider, and Jenna Hoover for the Lady Ringnecks. Their starters out there still, as that's Underhill, Pimlott, Keith, Lindemann, and Bourne, as it will be Lady Panther basketball to start this fourth quarter. Lady Panthers go right to left on your radio dial. Kylie Soliday has it for Phillipsburg. Now to Wood. Wood bounce pass to Wells, right wing, down the right corner to Hoover. Out to Wood. Wood now to Soliday, left wing. Kylie looking inside. Takes one dribble, down to Hoover in the left corner. Hoover on the dribble, out front to Soliday. Soliday drives in, kicks it out. Wells, right corner, three's on its way. And that one rattles out. And it's rebounded by Schneider, and she's fouled on the rebound. And they're going to say she's in the act of shooting as well. So the fourth team foul on the Lady Ringnecks is going to send Emily Schneider to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws here. Foul's going to be on Alyssa Pimlott, her second personal foul. Schneider hits the first one. Emily now has 5 points, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 19, 41-22. They've led by as many as 21. Misses that one, put back by Hoover, high off the glass and good. So Schneider missed, and the free throw put back by Hoover is good. She's got 4, and the Lady Panthers lead by 21. Yet again, their biggest lead of this ball game, 7:25 and counting left to go. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks, as it is Underhill with it now to Pimlott. Pimlott in the right corner to the right wing to Keith. Keith looks inside for Bourne. Ball gets tipped. Bourne hits the ground and gonna have a foul called. 6-team foul on the Lady Panthers. And it's going to be on Kylie Soliday, her third. Pimlott will inbound the basketball. It's Pimlott looking, still looking. Finally finds Bourne. Now back to Pimlott in the right corner. Out to Keith at the right wing. Keith on the dribble, working against Schneider. Gets a screen from Bourne. Step back jumper on the baseline. No good. Rebound, fought for, and out of bounds it goes. They're going to say off of the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. So Lady Panther basketball. 7 minutes exactly left to go in this ball game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks by 21, 43-22. Soliday has it to Wells, right wing. Wells looks in for Schneider, tipped out by Bourne, and it will remain Lady Panther basketball. 6:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 43-22. Wells will inbound the basketball for the Lady Panthers. She's looking, still looking, gets it into Soliday in the right corner. Now back to Wells in the right corner. Out front to Wood. Lexi puts up the three. Good! Lexi Wood with 2 3-pointers here in the second half, and it puts the Lady Panthers up 46-22. 6:37 left to go in this ball game. Again, the Lady Panthers lead at 46-22. As we'll keep this one here, as again the Lady Panthers lead it 46-22. Well, now they say full timeout, so we will take it with them as you're listening to Lady Panther basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Welcome back to Hill City High School. Jesse Ray with you as the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks 46-22. 6:37 left to go in this ball game. Breckenborn brings it up the court for the Lady Ringnecks, left to right on your radio dial. Gets a screen out front by Pimwatt, and gonna have a foul called. This one's on Kylie Soliday, her 4th personal foul, 7th Lady Panther team foul. And it's going to send the Lady Ringnecks to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Let's see who they send. As Pimwatt and Bourne were both there. Looks like Pimwatt's going to head to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. She's just 1 of 2 from the free throw line on the season. Trying to cut in this Lady Panther lead, does so with the first one. Pimwatt now has 6, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead it 46-23. It's Pimwatt looking for her second free throw here. This one rattles out, no good, rebounded by Hoover. Hoover hands it off to Soliday, now to Wood. Lexi has it back to Kylie. Kylie Soliday with it left wing, down to Schneider in the left corner. Schneider looks in, kicks it back to Soliday, now to Wells between the circles to Wood right wing. Lexi Wood with it on the dribble. Bounce pass to Soliday. Soliday drives in, kicks it out to Schneider. Left baseline shot is up and no good. Left that one just short, and it's rebounded by Alyssa Keith. Keith hands it off to Bourne. Bourne ahead to Lindemann. Lindemann's shot is no good. Rebounded by Wells. Wells pushes it up the court now for the Lady Panthers. Ahead to Soliday. Soliday right wing with it. Drives in. Finds Hoover. Up off the glass and good. So Jenna Hoover has 6, and the Lady Panthers lead at 48-23 with 5:38 and counting left to go in this ball game. Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Keith has the top of the key, long 2 off the glass, no good. Too hard, rebounded by Soliday, and jump ball called, and it is going to be Lady Ringneck basketball. So 5:28 left to go in this ball game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers looking for win number 3 on the year, while the Hill City Lady Ringnecks looking for win number 1. And Breckenborn will inbound. Now we have a foul called here. And it's going to be on the Lady Ringnecks. This will be their 5th team foul. And it's going to be on Alyssa Pimwatt, her 3rd. And timeout called here by the Lady Ringnecks, their final timeout. So with 5:28 left to go in this game, the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead it 48-23. We'll take a timeout with them as you're listening to Lady Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web. Lady Ringnecks 48-23. Lady Panther basketball out of the timeout as it's Lexi Wood, Emily Schneider, Jenna Hoover, Kylie Soliday, and Kristen Wells for the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. For the Hill City Lady Ringnecks, it's Breckenborn, Maggie Underhill, along with Leah Lindemann. Also out there is Alyssa Keith and Alyssa Pimwatt. Lady Panther basketball as they work against a little bit of pressure here by the Lady Ringnecks. Wells has it in the right wing, down to the right corner to Hoover. Bounce pass inside for Schneider, and Schneider going to be fouled. 4th personal foul on Alyssa Keith and the 6th on the Lady Ringnecks. So Lady Panthers will have the basketball underneath their own basket where Wells will inbound it. 5:16 left to go in this game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 48-23. Wells inbounds to Soliday. Soliday drives the baseline. Left block off the glass, rolls out, no good. Rebound put back by Schneider, and she's going to be fouled and head to the free throw line. So that's the 17th foul on the Lady Ringnecks. And Emily Schneider heads back to the free throw line for the Lady Panthers. And this foul going to be on Lindemann, her 3rd personal foul. Schneider's first one's good. Emily now has 6 points. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead 49-23 with 5:11 left to go in this game. Schneider's second one off the front of the iron, no good. Or fighting for the rebound. Pimwatt comes up with it. Pimlott brings it up the court, left to right on your radio dial for the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Now to Bourne in the center circle. Bourne dribbles over to the right wing. Again, have a foul called. And this one's going to be on the Lady Panthers, their 8th team foul. And it's going to be on Lexi Wood, her 4th personal foul. Sends Brecken Bourne to the free throw line. Bourne 2 for 2 from the line in this ball game. Those came all the way back in the first quarter. She has not scored here in the second half, has Brecken Bourne, after her first game of the season. Came Tuesday night when she scored 13, and she misses the first end of that 1-on-1. And it is Lady Panther basketball as Wells brings it ahead to Wood, right corner for Phillipsburg, ahead to Wells, back to Hoover. Hoover drives the paint, tipped out by Keith. Hoover picks it up now to Soliday. Soliday loses the handle on it to Bourne. Bourne brings it up the court for the Lady Ringnecks. Across the paint, pass to Underhill, up and good. So Underhill has 2 points. Her first points of the ball game come with 4:33 left to go in this game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 49-25. Schneider has it, right block, up over Keith, no good. Rebounded by Lindemann, now to Bourne. Bourne brings it up the court once again, left to right on your radio dial for the Lady Ringnecks. Bourne between the circles, calls out the offense. 4:15 left to go. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 49-25. Pimlott drives in, shot is up, and she's going to get called for the charge as that is Soliday that got her feet set. Draws that charge, and Pimlott picks up her 4th personal foul, 8th Lady Ringneck team foul. Looks like Ava Skimper, along with Ashlyn Kennedy, Kay Pockebeer, Meredith Jacobs, and Maya McDonald all coming to the game. Soliday, Wood, Schneider, Jacobs, and Hoover and Wells take a seat. So again, out there on the court right now is Ashlyn Kennedy, Ava Skimper, Maya McDonald, along with Kay Pockebeer and Meredith Jacobs. Lady Panther basketball. 4 minutes left to play in the ball game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 49-25. Skimper has it in the right corner. They look inside from Jacobs, get it to her at the right block, and she's headed to the free throw line as, well, looks like Alyssa Pimlott just fell out of this ball game. That's her 5th and the 9th Lady Ringneck team foul. As it looks like Jerica Hope comes into the ball game. She's a 5'4" sophomore. She comes in. Pimlott takes a seat with those 5 fouls. 3:52 left to go. And the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 49-25. Make it 50-25 as Jacobs hits that one. She has 5 points now. And the Lady Panthers lead by 25 with 3:52 left to go in this ball game. Jacobs getting set for a second free throw. It's on its way. That one, no good. Rebound fought for. Bourne comes down with it for the Lady Ringnecks. And Bourne has it underneath. Ball gets tipped around, and last touch by the Lady Panthers. So it'll remain Lady Ringneck basketball. 3:42 left to go in this game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 25, 50-25. Bourne looking to inbound, does so to Hope. Hope in the right corner, picks up her dribble now to Keith at the right wing. Keith on the dribble, loses the handle on it. Fighting for the basketball. Bourne and Skimper get tied up. Lady Panther basketball after the jump ball call. 3:35 left to go, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 50-25. Kennedy inbounds to Skimper. Skimper brings it up the court. Finds Kennedy in the left wing, inside for Jacobs. Ball gets stolen away by Hope, ahead to Bourne. Bourne brings it up the court for the Hill City Lady Ringnecks. Down to the right wing, cross the paint pass for Underhill. Left block shot, no good. Rebounded by Jacobs. Jacobs outlets to Skimper. Ava brings it right to left on your radio dial for the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers. Ahead to McDonald, right wing, back out to Skimper. Now to Kennedy, left wing. Kennedy on the dribble out front between the circles of McDonald. She fakes left, goes right block up, blocked out of bounds by Bourne. Nope, they're going to say Bourne got her with the body. That's the 10th team foul on the Ringnecks. And this one's going to be on Brecken Bourne, her 4th. So McDonald heads to the free throw line with 3:03 left to go in this game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 25. They lead 50-25 as McDonald going to try to extend this Lady Panther lead with, again, 3:03 left to go in the ball game. McDonald's first one's on its way and good. Her first point of the ball game. So McDonald getting set for a second free throw now. Second one's on its way, no good. Rebounded by Jacobs and then stolen away by Underhill. Underhill pushes it up the court. Across the court pass to Lindemann. She saves it from going out of bounds. Now to Hope. Hope drives inside to the right block, up and counted. She's going line for an and one. So Hope comes into the ball game, gets 2 points, and a foul on the Lady Panthers, their 9th team foul. And it's going to be on Kay Pocketbeer, her 2nd personal. Hope at the free throw line. She's 1 of 2 from the line this season. Looking for an 1 attempt here. It's on its way, misses it to the left. Rebound tracked down by Pocketbeer. Kennedy brings it right to left on your radio dial for the Lady Panthers. 2:45 left to go. Skimper three-pointer on the way, and she buries it from the right wing. Ava's got 3, her first points of the ball game. And the Lady Panthers extend that lead. They now lead by 23. 53-30 with 2.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. McDonald comes away with the steal. Ahead to Skimper. Skimper brings it up the court. Now to McDonald. McDonald picks it up. Back to Jacobs. Jacobs right wing out front to Skimper. Skimper long 2 on its way. Good. So it looks like they corrected the score up there on the scoreboard. Now they're struggling with it. 56-30 with 2:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. Now 56-30. The Lady Panthers lead the Lady Ringnecks. Hope has it inside for Keith. Keith at the left elbow, out front for Underhill. Her 3's on the way, no good. Rebounded by Jacobs. Jacobs ahead to Skimper. Skimper ahead to Kennedy. Kennedy back around to Skimper. Now to McDonald, inside for Jacobs. Jacobs at the right block, kicks it out to Pocketbeer on the left baseline, out to Skimper, left wing. Skimper working against Bourne, back to Pocketbeer. Inside for Jacobs, left block up, no, and that one does fall. As Jacobs got that one to fall for, got the shooter's bounce that time, and it falls in. She's got 7, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead 58-30 with 1:15 left to go in the ball game. Bourne on the dribble, out to Keith. Keith at the right wing. Drives down to the baseline, picks up her dribble, back to Bourne. Bourne looks to pass off. Hope comes away with it. She puts up the long 2. No good off the back of the iron. Rebounded by McDonald. 1 minute left to play in the ball game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 58-30. As the Lady Panthers just calling the timeout there to substitute some players in. As Emmy Kinney in the ball game. Ashlyn Cole in the ball game. Also in there is going to be Yuki Katori. Kylie Russell and Kay Pocketbeer remains out there for the Lady Panthers. For the Lady Ringnecks, it's going to be out there now. Kaylin Pimlott also out there. Is still Hope. Looks like Garrison's out there along with Brooklyn Sloan and Tori Yoder. Lady Panther basketball as Cole has it at the left wing. 52 seconds left to play, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 28, 58-30. Pocketbeer back out to Russell. Russell kicks out to Cole, and you have a 3-second violation here on the Lady Panthers. So, a Lady Ringneck basketball with 43 seconds left. As Garrison will inbound the basketball, does so to Kaylin Pimlott. Pimlott brings it left to right on your radio dial for the Lady Ringnecks. Picked up by Katori. And have a foul called here. So this one's going to be on the Lady Ringnecks. So Lady Panther basketball. And it looks like this one's going to be on Sloan. Her first personal foul. Makes it Lady Panther basketball with 33 seconds left to go in the ball game. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead at 58-30. Kenny inside for Pocketbeer. Turnaround shot in the paint is no good. It rolls out. Last touch though by the Lady Ringnecks, and it will remain Lady Panther basketball. 24 seconds left to go in the ball game, and the Phillipsburg Lady Panthers lead by 28. Their biggest lead of the game, 58-30. Russell inbound. She's looking. Finds Pocketbeer at the left block. Tipped out. And still going to be Lady Panther basketball as the Lady Ringnecks the last to touch it as it went out of bounds. It's like working on the score here. Lady Panthers led it 40-22 at the end of the at the end of the third quarter. And they have scored 5 here, so now they lead 58-27. Katori up, no good from the left baseline, fighting for the rebound, and it's going to be Pimlott with it. Pimlott quickly up the court, all the way down the left block, over Katori, no good. Katori may have got the block there, put back and no good again by Hill City. They tried to save it in, and that's going to do it. The Phillipsburg Lady Panthers win it 58-27. As we'll take a time out here. We'll come back and wrap things up for the girls game right after this as you're listening to Lady Panther Basketball on KQMA and the World Wide Web.